Hey Libra, what's going on? How you been doing? What's new? It's me, Archer, and it is time to do your everything energy check-in for the first reading for December of 2025 for you for the week ahead. However, it is a timeless message, so whenever it found its way into your algorithm and you clicked on it, decided to come and hang out with us for Casual Friday, it's chill. We like it. Perfect timing as always. All right. And do remember, if you are not liking the screen name you're seeing on YouTube, YouTube has made some changes. All you have to do now, if you want, is go into the gear wheel and change your handle. The handle is what YouTube now displays in live chats and in comments. So just so you know, and if you are not getting notified to any of the channels you subscribe to, all you got to do, head into your subscription tab and streamline it by going through and turning off notifications for any channels you don't need notifications for and setting the bell to all for the ones that you do. It filters out the process and you will get notified. All right. So let's dive in and dig in because we are totally going to use Sunshine Intuitive Tarot's deck that she brought up from Tennessee and got for me. All right. She's an awesome September 25th Libra. Y'all need to check her channel and her TikTok out. All right. She does awesome oracle messages, which is something I cannot do because if cards have words on them, it tells me what the card says. I can't do oracles. I have to have pictures. But anyhow, Sunshine's awesome, and she's a hybrid too. You got to follow her on TikTok. She's awesome sauce. So we're going to use her deck for clarifiers. Biblical Tarot's doing the heavy lifting as always, and whatever message is out, good, bad, or indifferent, no worries, because when you're with me, you are ultimately and definitely protected. I'm your ride or die, got your back, and I'm your crystals. All right, so we're going to do a spaghetti reading, see whatever comes out, and bear with me because Archer's tired, and it's Casual Friday. All right, so this could be a little more of an easier, dreamier message today. What's up, Carla? How's it going? Here we go. All right. God, tap me into Libra energy, please, and thank you. Give me everything you got for Libra. What do we have for Libra? All right. 2 shuffles. Let's do it. Here we go. 1 and 2. Let's love this deck for the lovable, lovely Libras. Case dismissed. Here we go. Over energy is the Page of Pentacles, Priscilla teaching the teachers. It does confirm about a message coming in because when I sat down to meditate to get the title for the reading and the title cards, it told me that they were getting ready to reach out. 7 of Wands, David versus Goliath says it's only a stone's throw away with the Queen of Swords. That's Abigail the Peacemaker. So, 5 of Swords is the star card on the Hierophant. Shows them achieving some emotional maturity, healing, and the 5 of Swords are the 5 stages of grief that they've processed through in order to come your way to make peace. I like that. Page of Pentacles, overall energy. The Page of Pentacles is a messenger that comes in. All right, let's go. Current conditions at Libra. Let's see what we got for you. Welcome in, y'all. Hi, Angel Eyes. What up, AE? Anna, how's it going? What's up, Maria? How you been? Hey, Bren. Thanks for the likes. Love you guys. All right, let's go. We have the King of Pentacles, emotional maturity. Very cool. We have the Hermit card. Wow. Somebody dealing with a Virgo or something? 4 of Swords, that's you. Oh, some of you guys could be Libra, Virgo, cuspers. Elijah's retreat into the silence. We have the 6 of Pentacles, Taurus energy. The name Mark may resonate to you. Something about Mark 12:43 might be a Bible verse that resonates to something that you might be going through. 5 of Pentacles, Taurus, 7 of Cups, Scorpio, 8 of Wands, Sagittarius. I definitely got cusper energy here. Either Libra, Scorpio, cusper, or Libra, Virgo, Sag, Taurus vibes. You then could be born on the 7th, the 5th, or the 6th, the 8th, the 4th, 9th, the 14th, the 27th, 25th, 15th, 16th, and 28th so far. All right. It's a lot of Virgo energy. North Node's in Virgo. But that's also showing the Mercury retrograde. And it does talk about your 6th house energy. So Virgo energy tells me you're searching for answers as to why all this happened, right? Things were looking good, maybe 1 or 2 arguments here or there. But like, it seems like it all started building up to a point where you are now and like you weren't supposed to be here. Like this was supposed to be the relationship that worked out, you know? Hey, Rebecca. Hi. Hey, Danielle. 4 of Swords and the 6 of Pentacles. And the retreat into the silence for that balance that you're looking for to come in on this one. It's kind of like you weren't supposed to be where you were, and you wanted this to be the relationship that worked out, and yet now you're here watching me instead of hanging out with them, right? And you're like, this is not where I thought I would be. 5 of Pentacles. Maybe it's, for some of you, it's even affected your health. Some of you guys might be even going through ascension symptoms right now. with that Five of Pentacles, because that is a health card in the tarot. But it's like, I think you're really trying to follow your path and stay busy to keep focused on your progression, but it kind of hits at random hours of the day, right? And then, hi, Jenna. What's up, girl? Spinny hugs. And so it's like, you get this energy with Saturn going direct in Pisces, even more so than the Mercury energies going direct. And it kind of gets to a point that, like, you'll get to a point where you just need to deflate, have some time to yourself, and like take some time for Libra. You know, it's like, I think like you are dreaming up some new plans for your future direction too with the Eight of Wands. Some of you guys, like, I did just hear that the home you're living in now or apartment isn't your forever, but there's more for you in the future in 26. It's like you've got a bit of rewards coming in for everything you've been put through in 2025. You know what I mean? Eight of Wands, forward momentum. It's still happening. I mean, like, it's like you're dreaming up new plans, new ideas, and ways to make your day go a little easier and work smarter, not harder. Because sometimes straight up, it is honestly tough without them around, right? Sometimes that like it, you miss them, and it almost makes you feel bad. Like, oh no, I know I shouldn't feel bad about this. I'm supposed to move on, look forward, keep going, but I miss them. You know, the energy on that, it does seem as like it's a little bit of what propels you forward. But then this person does seem like a bit of an anomaly, right? Especially for those of you dealing with a Virgo, they are known as the anomaly of the Zodiac, right? It's like normally you could figure them out or pick up on their energy of like where they were coming from or what was going on until like they changed. And then it got to a point where they were way out in left field and you couldn't even figure out what they were doing, right? Like they were so closed off, got so quiet, Five of Pentacles, that it started making you doubt it and get you into a point of feeling all 6 and 7, right? I got something off of this Virgo card, especially with the Six of Pentacles here, that speaks of the widow's generosity. So I want to take a peek at that. And I keep seeing baseball games. That's the thing that's like stopping me and grabbing my attention to see who I want to talk to. Somebody here that maybe played baseball or softball or memories of going to baseball games with someone, something like that. Let me see. Nine of Swords. Haven't heard from this person in a long time. Nine of Pentacles, Four of Wands. Ooh, back to the Queen of Swords. This is somebody that has already transitioned over, gone off to their great reward, the ark being brought to Jerusalem. Maybe it's a grandparent or a parent or something that there's memories of, like going to a baseball game with or something like that. Or you guys used to watch it together on TV, right? He keeps telling me that you were raised to know that, like, how a family is and like how genes work and how like some of your siblings or some of the other people in your family have maybe wandered off path, not how they should have been. But you were the one raised right. And everything that you've gone through and been through, they still walk beside you. This Nine of Swords says that you've been hearing voices, not in a weird way, but like just like they still talk to them. They still talk to you. And when you're sitting there in the silence, they want you to know they're with you. And when you do talk to them, if you do listen, they have been trying to speak back to you. Some of you guys could actually be clairaudient, or you are able to translate messages from the other side. Maybe it's something going forward that you could be like the next Bashar or Dolores Cannon. Especially those of you that have been watching that, you're drawn to it because you have a special gift in that. You might not even know it, but some of you guys actually do come from a long line of shaman and special oracle readers. Now, honorable mentions to Johnny Benchco for the memories. But yeah, the memory I see is like somebody that always kept their TV on, like really cranked up really loud, right? So maybe this person transitioned in an older age or stage in their life. And it was like you'd go over to visit them and the TV would be so loud you couldn't talk to them, right? But then afterwards, then they're still talking to you, right? You almost think about them every time you walk in somewhere with loud rooms and loud volumes, all right? That is their voice that you hear, and it's help guiding you on your journey too. So they do still communicate with you. All right, thank you. Maybe there was a Libra, it's like, I think I'm going crazy. Or maybe people think I'm going crazy because I still talk to so-and-so. You are not crazy. They still walk and talk with you. They're right beside you when you need them. All right. Could be specific, but I pull the energies I get. So let's get into your vibes. All right, let's go for it. Let's do Sunshine's deck and check out some rock star vibes. Let's go. Don't forget, subscribe and follow to Sunshine. She's awesome. Oh, Descala. What's up, Cecilia? Wait, screen name handle. I got the right name, right? I hope. I'm sorry. What's up, Sigareki? Oh, you're welcome. Spinny hugs. All right, 8 of Cups, 9 of Swords. Whoa, it literally ties right into the 9 of Swords. So this guardian angel, the conversations you have are about this person in these situations. The Lovers. It has been a bit of a roller coaster ride, especially with the way they would deceive you on the 7 of Swords. For 10% of you, a slim few, 6 to 10%, I'm pulling Hank Williams with your cheating heart on the 10 of Swords, right? This tells me that they weren't actually cheating on you, but they got so into their head and so distant that you felt like they were. All right. Hi, Tara Vitrina. What up? You know, some of your projects and your responsibilities have fallen by the wayside, haven't they? Like I'm seeing a Libra that's like, okay, you cannot be depressed if you keep cleaning stuff, right? Keep doing something, just keep busy, keep going. You can't get depressed that way. 6 of Cups, but then even during those times, you kind of like start falling back into nostalgia and thinking a little bit more about like the soulmate, the twin flames, the people that have come and gone in your life. And then before you know it, like you got to clean the bathroom and the work emails are piling up. Some of you guys actually, there's more coming in on the work home front. All right. Maybe like somebody wanting to launch a cooking channel or something online. Oh, maybe even channeling in messages. Who knows? You could actually be either already a content creator or in the digital media somehow, or you have plans to do it. The Lover's card shows there's a reason you're thinking of the stuff you're thinking about. 17 swords, that's a lot of swords. So 8 of Wands, ooh, it does lead to your forward movement. And the King of Wands, Knight of Pentacles. Oh my gosh, Knight of Pentacles squared. Your guardian angel's guarding you through, like helping you in this too, in your work home front. Dude, this person really totally believed in you, Libra. Oh my gosh. So like even in the work home front, I think like maybe some of you guys are looking into like podcasting, something like that, or wanting to establish a presence in order to break free from the 9 to 5 cycle, Freddie Mercury style, or what's left of it, and then like break out on your own. But you're just kind of like having a hard time finding the motivation to do what makes you feel because you might get a little anxious, nervous, or depressed about being judged, right? What's everybody going to think? Are they even going to want to watch? And then before you know it, you got like wrinkly hands going on because you're a little nervous. Paul McCartney is 82 years old. Unrelated story, but he still talks about getting nervous before he goes on to do a stage or a performance. It's like you've already been hurt from being judged so much that you're afraid it may happen again. But you've weeded out a lot of those lower levels, and some people may talk, right? But I mean, you are being guided and motivated to this because it can be a form of like maybe in the current workplace, it's just boring and stressed out, and it's a trickle down effect, right? Miserable management is miserable employees equals I know I'm destined for something else, right? It's almost as if your guardian angel and the good Lord above are guiding you in a way that it's like, well, if you keep staying in this place where we see Libra's upset, it's tower after tower guiding you to make that change, do that thing, and go in another direction. It can be very nervous about breaking out of like the traditional norms in workplace and being self-employed in it. But when you rise above it, I'm seeing something like an electric bike or an electric scooter. I'm gonna see those white things that I use when I'm down in Nashville, the electric ones that you can use to get around downtown. Something like that may resonate. Maybe even a moped. But I think dude, it could literally be like I could be talking to a Libra that like you travel or you live nomadic, maybe due to relationship status or housing or finances that like I'm like somebody that lives in a car or long stay hotels, but like then you're filming your road trips and publishing them, right? Literally just stuff you do in day-to-day life that you actually start winding up monetizing and making money for. Knight of Pentacles to the 4 of Wands. It's the same cards as these ones from the Shadow deck that lead you into a boss status. You are going to emperor up through this one. But I think you're trying to figure out how to feel more secure and stable, right? I think that's a big part of this one that combines into the Saturn energy because you're like, wait, I might have a good thing going here. I might not like my day job, but I got insurance benefits and taken care of, right? Coming out of it though, I'm feeling like a little bit of stop worrying so much type of a vibe. All right. It's like you're going to be pleasantly surprised with how things work out on this one. Even though you're in a 9 of Wands because you're a little nervous about it, everything winds up going in a totally different direction. Yeah, 4 of Swords and the Star card. The pause is guided from above to let you get yourself in checks and balances and prioritize. And then once this takes off and the week ahead, something's going to trigger you and you're going to be like, I'm doing it. I'm going for it. Right. And by 26, you're making bank. It's like coming up with the Star card, you're going to know why these things have been happening and you're going to get ready to come into an era. Even as soon as Aquarius season, you're going to be celebrating the changes in your life. Star card on the 4 of Swords. For all of my Libras that are job hunting, I do see an opportunity to join into like a family business, maybe a partnership, and going in on, right? Like a startup company or firm. I'm seeing things like GoFundMe's and start engines. Maybe some of you guys will even work in the legal field or something, because I'm seeing like even a sign-on bonus or an offer letter, partnership type thing. But like something that you'll be to the moon when you get this and sign it, where you're like, wow, everybody told me I wouldn't find a job in this timeline. But yet, whoa, what's up, Courtney Scott? Spinny hugs, how you doing? Hey, Janet, what you up to? Star card, you're going to be like, I can't believe I did it. And everybody else is going to be shocked too. Like, those who are still employees, though, that you're hearing about company cuts and cutbacks going on, streamlining the process, I'm being told at this moment, if you are currently employed, even if that's coming into your emails or it's the talk around the water cooler, that going forward, if you're still currently employed at this moment, you have nothing to worry about. You will be kept on board. All right. I like that. So let's dig into their sides, because right now your finances and your stability are what are being rewarded to you, while your person's working on a little bit of emotional maturity. So they stop being so 6 of Pentacles in and then 5 of Pentacles out. And with the 7 of Cups, that's my white rabbit card. Satan was tempted by Jesus in the desert on this one here. So I think your person's having a bit of a white rabbit moment. Could be a Taurus, could be a Virgo, Scorpio, or a Sagittarius, maybe even a Capricorn. Strong earth in their chart. Ooh, 6 of Wands. Leo just showed up. 2 of Wands, the Death card into the King of Swords. See? 10 of Cups. They know that they made the wrong choice. Death card on the 2 of Wands. That caused them to basically kill off their 10 of Cups. This is what they were dreaming of. Ace of Pentacles. Right? And the Chariot. For some of you guys, it could be a digital romance, or one or both of you live it, like maybe somebody moved away or something as a result of this, or somebody is doing the nomadic lifestyle with that Chariot. So the thing about it is that you were really nurturing to them and showing them attention, and yet they made this bad choice and they ran, right? The going got tough and they booked with the King of Swords. And now they're up in their heads about it, about regretting their decisions a bit, right? I don't know why, but I'm being told their white rabbit moment is something like let them eat cake, Marie Antoinette style or something. I think they really went in the wrong direction. They were learning to settle in, right? And thoughts of being with you forever in that's still, which is still something they want. Straight up, it scared them. That's why it went on for so long without any progress, in and out, in and out. Because every time in their head, they're telling me that they would want to open up and like, no, I choose Libra. Death card would show up and they'd get nervous about things. Like, I'm not good enough or I'm not ready enough. And all those insecurities that people in their life had put onto them to make them feel less important than that, right? That gets you into the 6 of Wands. They were on the right path and their own insecurities derailed them. Like every time they did one little thing wrong, they got insecure. And then they started going into like isolation or habitual apologizer. And for a moment, their outrage caused you to almost lose a bit of interest in them, right? Like Sabrina Carpenter, man-child vibes. And for something about the movie The Devil Wears Prada, maybe somebody here's an actor or an actress. Yeah, I could be reading for a celebrity couple. Scorpio, Sagittarius, Gemini, Taurus, Leo, Aries energy. Somebody could be dealing with a cusper. And you could be born on the 6th, the 2nd, the 26th, the 18th, and the 13th. Maybe even the 30th or 31st comes out too. But like 1 minute they were like all in and out. But then when they're in, they're like Johnny or Jane Bravo. Very cool, very confident. But then when that slipped, like behind private and closed doors, they had a hard time with it. Queen of Wands to the Moon card on the Six of Pentacles. It's almost full circle on this part of the reading. Because, thank you, Night Driver Baywatch. It's Casual Friday at Archer. Queen of Wands to the Moon card. I haven't had time to do laundry. Queen of Wands to the Moon card on this one. Privately behind the scenes, the full moon that has recently happened is causing them to want a third try with my Violet Jessup card. Cher's song Believe may even be something that resonates. And someone is rounding up paperwork. Six of Pentacles on the Six of Pentacles. When I get repeating cards, it always tells me, scry a little deeper into that, Archer. There's more to be shown. Maybe like some kind of a renewal or a passport, driver's license, or something like that. Maybe even some kind of an exam or a certification that you're setting up or studying for, even like an online thing, real estate exam, or I don't know. Even I keep staring at that butterfly in Dolly Parton's hair. Maybe like a hairstylist certification or massage therapist or something. Reiki, life coach, wherever it falls in that Six of Pentacles. So, you know what the thing is on this one is that they always hit this break point at the same time whenever trying to get something solid established, and then they wind up ruining it for themselves. Their self-destruct it was pretty bad, right? There was some stuff they needed to work on in order to get into a state of emotional maturity. Now, the Knight of Swords shows God putting things in place for them to take them and put them through an awakening. All right. So it's kind of like maybe they could have an argument until they got to that one point that a childhood trauma of like a yelling drunk parent got to them, and then they couldn't fight no more. It was the breakdown point, right? They never showed it to you or let you know it, but you're like, how did I trigger them so much? I wasn't ever trying to trigger them, and it wasn't on you. Maybe this person is either adopted, came from a broken home, Page of Swords, but they had lessons to learn. Seven of Pentacles to the Devil. Some of you guys, they may have been like, maybe you felt like you were just straight up dealing with the devil or a Jezebel energy for my male Libras, right? Especially for those of you that still have photos in the phone and like their eyes were always just black, right? So the thing about it is you could almost see them change like right in front of your eyes, from an arrogant, ego-driven person right down to a 5-year-old, timid, scared, near crying. And it wouldn't even stop you in your tracks during a fight. Like, whoa, what just happened here? You know, 1 minute they're on you and the next minute they're in the corner, right? But then when they're on you, they can get you in the corner and you're like, it was so imbalanced that it was stressful, right? And it got to the point that this person, like, I think they have been fighting for validation forever as a result of like either abuse in the family or drunkenness in the family, something about mom or dad issues that just totally caused them to derail. You know what I mean? Someone maybe even has a classic car or a muscle car or something like that. Not like a daily driver, but a trailer queen or something. But now here's the thing on this one. I know there's a train derailment coming for them because like maybe something about a train derailment even resonates to you. Hey, it's how Knight Rider and the Fall Guy got all those Trans Ams. What? I know, exactly. That. The thing is, though, that for them, I think what it is there's somebody else in their life right now that like they've been going at them. Doesn't have to be a significant other. It could be like a sibling, a person, a coworker, a boss. For some reason, they have been bottling stuff up. They went off on somebody on their side of the fence and they got put in check. Might have lost their job, might have gone through some kind of like an isolation thing because the devil still got to them. And that's how they isolated, and that's how they're working on learning their lesson. So they're not in this stage where, oh, I found somebody greater and better. For the 4% of you guys that they left you or chose somebody else over you, they had to, because that person is going to do to them sevenfold worse than what they did to you. So they learn their lesson. That's why they're coming in the Nine of Wands and the Death card, transformation, because they had to Page of Swords, learn their lesson, because somebody it's that song, running with the devil, right? And the way that their parents mind Ace of Wanded them, it resulted in like no relationship or marriage ever working out for them until you guys cross paths. And you're the one that gets them. Even though things are completely going off the rails for them and they're really only posting the best 5 or 6 seconds of their life online, behind the scenes, especially in the evenings when it's cold and quiet, that's when the devil shows back up and starts talking more to them, and it gets into their head of like, oh, you ruined things with Libra. And this fear of missing out vibe is what they're coming through because they realized the decision they made was the wrong one. All right. And that's how they had to learn their lesson and pay off a little bit of karmic debt. All right, which takes us to the Eight of Wands. And the Page of Swords, they have been checking out your profile, and they are following you from a fake, like on TikTok, they're Evan Kate. All right. That burner text you've been getting that you thought might have just been a spam call or something, it's actually them testing the waters, because I'm seeing here that they got a new phone. They were going through the contacts and they didn't recognize the number because they had you saved as a speed dial. So they called it, and you, like, as soon as they heard your voice, they freaked. Oh my gosh, it's Libra. And that was what was needed to kick this right back in. Somebody here might be a DJ or like does remixes on songs or something. Thanks for the repost, Jeremy. Three of Swords, Four of Pentacles, that goes right into the King of Pentacles and brings us full circle on the reading. So this old cycle is coming to a close. This entire reading's energies can all be summed up by keeping this right there and there. Four of Pentacles, Three of Swords. This is the energy of the mindset. Remember, that's your energy. And it's just a noun, person, place, or thing. All right? This shows that regardless how long it's been, because some of you guys actually still live together and are like sleeping in separate rooms. Some of you guys have been in no contact for a long time. And this is what brought this right back into your energy. I really do think it has something to do with the replacement of a cell phone that causes them to reach out and make contact. And as soon as they hear your voice or get a response back on the text message, it recharges all the feelings in their head and brings them right to your door. Page of Swords. See, we go from a Three of Swords, Four of Pentacles, where they've protected themselves from the Three of Swords energies, to come in at the same level of you, where you guys are both in a King of Pentacles status, emotional maturity. So this time apart is totally what's needed in order for you two to fix that side of you that they brought out, for them to change their mindset, in order for you both to like realize you're on the same team, so that conversations can be handled maturely and all the way to completion, instead of being a fight or flight and just boom, right off the rails. All right. That's the chapter that's closing. And the thing about this is you're not going to do to each other what your past people and family did to each of you, because this was a big test in detachment, where they needed to learn how to be more attached to the relationship as part of each other's lives and not keep detaching when a speed bump comes and enters into life and goes flying off the handle, running, detaching, things like that. So you'll be shocked at how much they've stabilized once you last spoke, because they're coming in on your level. Even for those of you that they lost their job over something, look at behind that King of Pentacles, $100 bills, y'all. It actually all happened for a reason, to get you guys both in the right places to come together for the stable relationship that's divinely guided in the stars. Something about Prince with Purple Rain may resonate too. All right. I love a chapter closing in immaturity and going forward for you guys. You deserve this. Libra, click this in the comments. You deserve to manifest it. Let's make it happen for you. All right. And please hype and like the reading, subscribe, consider being a part of the family. And remember too, this will resonate to any placement of Libra in your chart, because you are not just your sun, moon, rising, and Venus sign, but all the parts of your charts are what makes you one in a billion. One in a Googleplex even. And that's a real thing for my math majors. Look it up. All right, Libra, until next time, I love you very much, and I will see you then. If you do want to book a personal reading with me, or for all links Archer, scan the Linktree code up here, or check out the description box in the pinned comment. And until next time, I'll see you then. Peace, love, and spin. See you later, and see you in a little bit for Scorpio. Bye.